Here we are this morning, the first part of January. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. We'd like to walk you through our newly designed Cobia 220cc. Again, the first part of January, we just did a redesign on this boat, and if you take a few minutes, I'd like to walk you through it. Great boat here. Very popular in our lineup. 20 degrees of dead rise. It's one of the deepest 22 footers on the market. You can see a great big deep V up here in the front. Goes back to 20 degrees of dead rise at the transom. Great riding boat. Again, it's a very large 22-foot center console. You can see here this particular boat, we just redesigned the hardtop. We've got a new hardtop for the boat, as you can see here. This particular boat is one of the first ones off the line, and we appreciate you taking a few minutes and walking through our new Cobia 220 center console. I want to talk a little bit about the hardtop. We just redesigned this to fit the boat a little bit better. You can see we scaled it down a bit. Still the same big beefy metal we have here. Great big OD pipe, very substantial. You can see here handrails all around. You can see the flush LED lights up under here. Just a great piece. Lots of storage in it. This is something that people really like. You know, instead of a lot of these boats you see in this size range have a net back here or a bag to put your PFDs in. You got dry storage on the aft side of it. You got dry storage on the front side of it. Works extremely well. It's a big hardtop, as I mentioned. You get a lot of coverage here, a lot of shade coverage. You can see it extends all the way back over the leaning post and all the way forward over the seat in the front. Just a great piece. Like I say, we just redesigned this to fit this boat a little bit better. The new redesigned hardtop on the Cobia 220 center console. Well, now we've gotten up inside of our newly designed Cobia 220 center console. I want to point out a couple things up here on the bow. As with all Cobia's big oversized anchor locker, it holds a lot of chain and rode up here. Flush hardware throughout the boat. As with all Cobias, you have a handrail pretty much anywhere you go in the boat. Of course, this one is flushed in. Really nice, very beefy. Also, you know, you can see here, this up here fully cushioned, very comfortable. We do now offer forward-facing backrest up front, so if you want to sit back and turn this way, you've got a backrest up here to kind of lock you in position. Of course, this piece removes, so you have full access to the bow, so if you're fighting a fish or doing anything like that, you have full access to the point of the bow. Real nice setup. Something that's unique to this boat that you don't find in a lot of boats of this size. The storage boxes here are asymmetrical. This one is actually larger. They both drain overboard, so if you wanted to use them as a fish box, you can. They're very well insulated, and they drain overboard. So if you don't want to use these for dry storage, you want a place to put a big dolphin, kingfish, something like that, you've got plenty of room under here to do so. Here we are at the console of the Cobia 220 center console. Just want to point out a few things here. Standard for 2016 is the new Yamaha 6x6 gauge, all digital, very functional. Takes up less real estate on the console, so you have more room for flush mounting electronics. As with all Cobias, backlit LED switch panel. You can see when they're engaged, they light, so you know what's on, you know what's off. Very functional. As with, you know, as I said, you've got a lot of room for flush mounting electronics here. Most everybody wants to do that. As with all Cobias, you have this built-in toe kick in the console, so you can lock yourself in, move over this way. You got plenty of room for a passenger here. Just very well laid out. We've already talked about the hardtop, the newly designed hardtop, but as you can see here, storage in the front, storage in the back, very functional. It works extremely well. I want to talk a little bit about the leaning post. Very functional. We've been using this leaning post for a while. We found it works extremely well. Removable backrest. This removes. It utilizes 2 rod holders when in use. You can remove that to add more rod holders. Of course, it's got a couple cup holders here. Can't have too many of them. Great storage underneath. I have one of these in my boat. I use this for a lot of different things. Wallets, keys, a lot of rigging, pliers, things like that. Everything right there snaps shut like so. You've got a built-in bar here, so you can fit a 100-quart cooler underneath of the leaning post. It also has, which is very nice, a built-in footrest. So if you're just cruising or taking it easy, you got a place to put your feet. Obviously, the passenger wants a place to put their feet, so it works extremely well. We really like this leaning post. Like I say, just works great. Very comfortable. Hits you in the back where it's supposed to, so it makes it very comfortable when you're running or cruising. Works extremely well. Well, now we've moved to the aft section of the newly designed Cobia 220 center console. This is where we made most of the changes. You can see here, this has been redesigned as of right now. Again, we're in January 2016. We've completely redone this back here. You can see we've redone the seat. This is a very nice piece. You can see here you can fit 2 full-grown adults here with a very nice backrest, but fully functional. This is where it really works well. You pull this up, folds it down. All your batteries are right here, your fuel filter, everything you need to get to is right here. Very, very easy to get to things. Like I say, that we take great pride in that, where you're not hunting, going down in the bilge and looking for things. Everything is right here and very, very functional. Again, this folds up, this folds down, so you got a completely flush transom when you're fishing. Great live well design on it, just like all of our Cobias. You can see big, beefy lid on it with a locking latch here. Big oversized live well, light blue in color, circular the way it's supposed to be, works very, very well. Well, continuing on the transom area of the new Cobia 220 center console, now you have a walk-through. You have a walk-through transom. So you can walk through, there's your boarding ladder right there, in and out, very, very easy. Obviously a wave gate here. A couple more cup holders back here. Again, you can't have too many of those. This particular boat is rigged with the Yamaha F200. We also offer it with the F150, very economical. Boat holds 89 gallons of fuel, gets great mileage. You get a good top end speed out of it. So you can have it your way either with the F150 or the Yamaha F200. Well, here we are. I want to talk just a minute about the console on the Cobia 220 center console. As you can see, a side entrance, and it's actually large enough to get that in there and use it. This one is equipped with the optional porta potty. And again, you can get down in there, great seal around it, nice sized door, works, very easy to get in and out of. As with all the Cobias, you've got a seat with a cooler below it, up on the front of it, so you can put a couple kids there or an adult there with a built-in cooler underneath of it. Well, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule this morning to walk through our newly designed Cobia 220 center console. Do yourselves a favor, visit your local Cobia dealer, take a look. We hope you like what you see. Great all-around package, our new designed Cobia 220 center console.